Hi, this is Fabio from Queatles and Been. From a while now, I've been wanting to make a video, like a sneak peek video, about one of the most appreciated episode of the series Queatles and Been, where I play Beatles song in a style of Queen. And I'm talking about a song called A Day in the Life, which obviously has been like meshed up with Bohemian Rhapsody in my Queenized version, and I noticed that there are lots of small quotes and quirk stuff into the song that I wanted to share, because some of them have been found by the subscribers to the YouTube channel, but many of them are still, overseen, and people didn't quite realize they were there. I wanted to share with you. Let's see if I can do this. And the song starts with the big choirs. Now, the interesting thing about these two songs is they are both unusual songs in terms of structure, especially Bohemian Rhapsody is famous for being this pastiche of various genres, and to have a structure that is not the same old everyday song. It has something peculiar, of course. But I found some similarities between these two songs. So, Bohemian Rhapsody starts with the big choirs. Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide? That part. I wanted to have something like that. But the Beatles song starts with just some chords, okay, played on the piano and on guitar. Well, what happened is that I listened to let's hear what I did, and then I'll explain how I came up with that part. The mic on the piano, well, it's just skipping like maracas, Sugar Plum Fairy, Sugar Plum Fairy. First of all, I want to point out that I didn't remember how many vocals I fit into this tune. It's like, I don't know, 36, something like that. It's really a lot. Yeah, 6, 9, I don't know. It's really a lot of vocals. But what is this thing that I did here? Well, the harmony that I'm singing with all the vocals is simply the chord progression of the intro of A Day in the Life. It's exactly those chords, only instead of being played with the guitar, with the piano, it's made of all the vocals that I sang. But what is that I'm saying there? Now, it's kind of weird what I did there, and here it is. This is a version of a Day in the Life that's from a record called Anthology, and it's like a deep cut of that song. And let's hear what John Lennon says before starting the song. John? So that's exactly what I say in that intro. Dub the piano on the mic quite low. Just keep it like maracas, Okay, we're on Sugar Plum Fairy, Sugar Plum Fairy. So that's where I took the lyrics from. It's what John Lennon said in his particular recording of the song. And so this is how the song starts. That's the trick that I used here to make an intro that will somehow sound like the intro of Bohemian Rhapsody, being totally Beatles material, both for the chord progression and the lyrics that I sing. Let's see what happens next. Okay, the song starts, and of course I use the piano idea of the accompaniment for Bohemian Rhapsody, but with the chords from A Day in the Life, and so we have the piano and the bass and the vocal. I read the news today, oh boy, about a lucky man who made the grade, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh. Okay, so once you got the idea, it was pretty easy to figure out a way to play the piano like it was the accompaniment from Bohemian Rhapsody, adjusting to the chord progression of A Day in the Life. Of course, there is the big moment where the drums gets in the picture. He will lose mine down in a car. He didn't notice that the lights had changed. And of course, the way the drums play is very similar to the way Roger Taylor plays the drums in that song, in Bohemian Rhapsody, I mean. A crowd of people stood and stared. They'd seen his face before. No. Oh, sorry. He was really sure if he was from the eyes alive. And here I fit in these, of course, to make a connection between the two parts. And now you cannot hear it, but I saw, just like in the original recording, it's really subtle, but the guitar doubles the piano here. And this is something that also Brian May does in the second verse of the beginning of Bohemian Rhapsody. It's just very subtle, but it's there. But I just had to look, having read the book. Okay. I love to turn you on. Okay, now I had this B dominant 7 chord. And of course, many people commenting on YouTube figured out it's a quote from the March of the Black Queen. Okay, this part here. And this is quite an obvious quote, but what very few people, well, actually nobody noticed, is that there's a voice in the left channel. Let's hear it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there is 14, person 15, counting. 16, 17. Once again, is something that happens in the anthology recording. There is this voice at one point that counts for some reason, and I found it on the lyrics online. It was there, and so I decided to sneak in this weird voice while quoting the March of the Black Queen. And this is a little bit of bum 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 bum. I read the news today, oh boy, and half of that and half of the descending notes from Bohemian Rhapsody when it gets into the operatic section. And here the two songs have another similarity. There is like an aparte, is something very different from everything else, is the part where in A Day in the Life there is the woke up, fell out of bed, job a comb across my head, that is totally different. It's like another chapter of a story. And of course I thought it was a good fit with the operatic section of Bohemian Rhapsody, so that's what I went for, of course. And once again, with many vocals. Woke up, fell out of bed, dragged the comb across my head. And it's still quite I would say, impressive to hear the vocals isolated, just the choir. Drag the comb across my head. The hard part is, being as in tune as you can be, even though I helped myself with some tuning adjustment. But the trick here to have this effect is to be as tight as possible with the timing. It must sound like it is just one voice. Found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late. So all the syllable, all the sounds must be exactly, precisely overlapping to have this effect. If you have some flams with the vowels or the syllable, it doesn't sound right. So that's the hardest part there. Made the bus in seconds flat. Made my way upstairs and had a smoke. And everybody spoke that I'm waiting to a dream. And also, you can hear me say, oh shit. And also this oh shit is something that is in the anthology version of A Day in the Life. So once again, there is all these pieces of speech from someone during an early recording of A Day in the Life that I decided to sneak in the song, to fit in some weird way into the song. And here I was surprised because, we have the famous riff from the hard rock section from Bohemian Rhapsody. Bam, 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 bam. And we have the part in the A Day in the Life connecting the two parts that goes So I thought, okay, let's make it one. Instead of having a solo, the guitar solo will do what the vocals are doing in that particular section, because this is a connection between two parts. So let's see how we can mesh up together. Another thing that I wanted to highlight here is that you can see here in the mixing section, there is one channel. Let's see if I can find it. Parallel comp here. And this is because I noticed in the Bohemian Rhapsody multitrack that they used a very compressed sound for the drums just in the hard rock section to make the sound tighter and more aggressive. The drum sound more aggressive. That's exactly what I did here to obtain the same effect. Can you hear this? Together with the drums, it gives more attack and more aggressive. I basically replicated what happens in the actual recording and the actual multi-track of Bohemian Rhapsody. So I use this trick. Can you hear how aggressive it is? Because there is a compressor here, like slanted, very, very aggressive, and together with the drums, it gives this fastest attack and this aggressive sound. I always resent, there is one of the guitar of the choirs that is slightly out of tune. It's a bending that is not precise, very precise, but I did this as quick as I could. Let's hear it. Yeah, it's slightly out of tune, but okay. I guess I can forgive myself for that. And of course here I wanted to have the fanfare effect that that Brian May uses in the end, in the final section of Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, so I really wanted to have that fanfare effect, like trumpets, like guitar replicating the sound of trumpets, and here I used the out of phase trick for the guitar. So I use this selector on my guitar, my special red special, where the signal is out of phase and has this particular flavor to the sound. And the holes are rather small. They had to count them all. Now they know how many holes it takes to fill the album. I love to turn you on. Okay, so here there's something else that happens that nobody noticed, is that, okay, the piano part, it's still the March of the Black Queen thing, but the guitars are making something weird here. And I mean, I'm particularly proud of this section here. Let's hear it together. Nobody noticed, but this was my attempt to replicate this introduction here. It's a song from Queen, the first album, and it's called My Fairy King. Listen to this. Can you hear it? And to do this, to have this effect, I had to figure out the notes that I wanted to be played, and I had to play it in reverse, and then I reversed the track so that it would have this reverse sound. It took me quite a while to have this thing, and I hoped that everybody would know this, but apparently nobody did. It was an Easter egg, an hidden gem that was too much, it was too hidden to be found. Let's see if there's something else. Okay. Oh yeah, once again, there is a vocal that's very low in the mix. The worst thing about doing something like this, is I think that at first people sort of are a bit suspicious. You know, come on, what are you up to? And you know where I took this from, right? It's once again something that I found on the lyrics of that recording from A Day in the Life from the anthology record. So I decided to use that voice anyway, because it was there, and I didn't want to waste it, probably. Okay. Obviously, here I'm quoting the end of Bohemian Rhapsody with it. And one last thing. Everything in this project has been made by me. There is only one exception. Can you see here is it's called Vox 4. This part here is named like this because Queen themselves used Vox 4 for this channel in their multitrack. So this is the only thing that I used from the original recording of Queen, and it's the gong sound at the end of Bohemian Rhapsody. So in this case, I didn't replicate the sound, I sampled the sound. Okay, I guess that's it. That's everything. I hope you found this interesting. Let me know in the comment if you want more of this sneak peek video, and if you found when you listen to my version of A Day in the Life, if you found all the little quotes that are interspersed everywhere in the song. And I guess I'll see you around. Bye bye.